Welcome back to the Bookshop by the Sea, my little independent bookshop in the town of Wales. It's so beautiful and hot today, I can't believe it. Of course I'm still drinking hot chamomile tea, but that's just because, you know, it's the bookshop life, it's the bookshop vibe. We've just had such a cute thing. A new neighbour has moved in on the street. So on my street there's a little embroidery shop and fabrics shop called Aberystwyth. Very nice play on our town, Aberystwyth. We've got a little independent clothes shop, so it's like this lovely street of independent shops, and a new neighbour has just moved in. They're called The Climate Shop, and it's a lovely little shop. It's actually really big, but it's a lovely idea where they're selling different things, and for each price you see how many trees will be planted if you buy that item. So if something says 5 trees on it, that's showing you that 5 trees will be planted for that. It's a little like not-for-profit. I think it's really lovely because the owner as well, when I just went in, I was like, wait, are you the one who did the mural on the outside of the wall? It's this beautiful big like wave based on Hunger Size Wave. And I was like, yeah, that was us. He was like, oh, I've got you a little gift because I didn't want you to feel like we were here to compete with you in any way. And he'd got me this fan with Hunger Size Wave on. Isn't that so lovely? Our new neighbour wanted us to feel, because he has a little book section, wanted us to feel like we were so included, and so he didn't want to feel like we were in competition, so he had actually thought about that and considered that and chosen a little gift that he thought might be meaningful to me because of our logo, and then gave it to me when I first went round. And I just thought that was really delightful and just a perfect example of the kind of place this is. So welcome to the Climate Shop, to our little street, and I hope that if people visit they also visit that as well, because that's really lovely. So I started something new. I'm really excited about it, but a little bit nervous too. I thought, since we've had so many poets here, incredible teachers and writers, wouldn't it be cool if we did a poetry school? Like an online poetry school where people could join from all the way around the world once a week for like 6 weeks and have the opportunity to join in workshops with these amazing different poets and kind of practice our poetic skills together. I know as a writer myself, maybe this is slightly like self-serving because I find it really hard to sit alone and write. I love writing in groups. I love writing when you can chat to other people about what they're writing and kind of bounce off it a little bit. So I'm really hoping that this kind of might inspire a bunch of people and to kind of meet some of you lovely people as well. So the poetry school is going to be starting in September. If you want to sign up, you can send through a little bio about yourself and an example of your writing, a sample of your writing, to the bookshop. There's a specific Aber Poetry Festival Gmail that I'll put in the link below so that you can see that. But it's really exciting, and then we'll work with people to write poetry throughout the 5 weeks, but also with that final aim of actually having something ready to submit to competitions. And we'll have a competition ready for you to submit to, and we'll all take a deep breath together and press that submit button together so that we're all kind of taking that first step. And I truly think that when you've actually submitted something, that's the hardest barrier, is writing something and moving it forward. And so having the joy of having different input from different writers, but also collectively applying for something. And there's also the opportunity that maybe people will be published in the poetry anthology that we're doing for next year's poetry festival. So that's like a lovely addition as well, that it could even lead to something bigger, which I think is really exciting. I know I'm always absolutely terrified when it comes to my writing, so if this completely makes you nerve-wracked, don't worry, you can still join on Zoom and just participate in the writing in the Zooms. And we have lovely little breakout rooms where you can have a chat with the other writers as well, and it's just once a week for like 6 weeks, so like what's the harm? No harm, you might as well try it. If you fancy it at all, in like, I don't know if you're kind of into kind of writing in the autumn, but if you are and you're watching this and you're a writer, pop a comment below. I'd love to know what you're writing and what you're working on, and yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm writing too. So my poetry collection is all about biblical women. So I worked as a librarian in Jerusalem, working in a children's library, which was incredible, and I love rewriting women's stories and reclaiming women's stories. And so looking through a lot of the biblical women, noticing that a lot of them are called Lot's wife, Potiphar's wife, they don't have their own names. And so I've done so much I'm getting too excited, I can't hold my teacup anymore. Doing historical research and theological research and putting that together, and then forming poems in a creative way from those women's perspective to be able to tell more of their story. Yes, I always get really nervous when I'm talking about it in some ways, just because our own writing is always so personal to us, and it feels like talking about the bookshop is something that's beloved and like it's just a dream, and it's such a joy, and I feel so supported by everyone. But my own writing is something that I'm stepping into and really excited about sharing more, and I'm writing a little project about being a librarian in Jerusalem and starting the Bookshop by the Sea and writing. So a kind of eat, pray, love, creative non-fiction, looking at these different things that I've done in my life to do with books and how much books have fed my heart and my soul. And yeah, libraries, bookshop, and then writing, they're all like different sides of the same coin. So I'm really looking forward to doing more of it and to bringing you along on the journey as well. So thank you so much to everyone who's asking about it and supporting. Oh, it's coming soon. One of my favourite poets. This is Amy Aker, her collection Mother Song. This is one of my favourite current collections. Obviously asking your favourite books is like kind of asking about your favourite children. I don't know how anyone ever chooses. However, this collection at the moment is one of my favourites. So I thought I'd read you one of my favourite poems, which I just thought was really, really gorgeous and interesting. And of course I'm not going to be able to find it now because I'm looking for it for you. I also just wanted to say, do you know how much reading your comments brings me joy? Like everyone's saying, oh, your smile is so joyful. I'm so joyful, you're so joyful. Like look at where I get to be in this gorgeous little bookshop and all of you joining me from around the world, and it just feels, oh, like the best thing ever. I can't tell you. Every comment, just all of it is just absolutely joyful, so I really appreciate it. On a slightly less cheery topic, the poem I want to read you is called Dead Disney Mothers. Dead Disney Mothers by Amy Aker. The good queen, mother of Snow White, it starts and ends here, the acicular prick in the tall tower, bay bled cradle side. Name unknown. Mother of a deer, swallowed a sound like the world's choke, dead-headed on a douchebag's wall. Flora, mother of Walt, monoxide dream, the tiara is a carbon allotrope. Ingrain, the mother of Arthur. Beep, by magic. Or speared, or an empty grail. The name unknown, fox mother, the world, bloodhounds, no more a part of the dog than a scream is a part of a gun. Pocahontas, mother of Pocahontas. I'm a Nyuktai Neaman, your whole life between two rivers, where I fell and you rose. Meredith Quill, mother of Star-Lord, loved a planet of pure light. Mrs. Pelakai, mother of Nani and Lilo, wet road, in that last second everything slows down. Flora, mother of Walt, great mausoleum in the sanctuary of truth, Glendale, Los Angeles. Flora, he couldn't undo it. The gift of summer. Its broken halo, you cannot unwrite fire. Powerful. I love that poem. If you want to buy the full collection, I'll put the link below. Every time you buy a book, it does support us so much. So thank you so much. Every time you do that, that's wonderful. Since we are talking about book recommendations, this is the one I'm rereading. Rereading, that's how good it is. Same book of reading. I think I read it last year, rereading it again. If Women Rose Rooted by Sharon Blackie. I adore this writer. I think she's brilliant. She wrote The Enchanted Life, which I loved, and now she's wrote If Women Rose Rooted. I personally am in love with this book. It's got one of our little cute Bookshop by the Sea bookmarks in as well. I'm right at the start rereading it, and you'll see a lot of me reading it in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure, because it is a non-fiction, so it's kind of heavier. But it's talking very much about how the stories that we tell ourselves as women matter. They matter not only culturally and narratively, depending how we fit into the world that we live in, but also how we see ourselves and how we feel empowered and how we feel like we have a place in creation. And so I'm loving it. I'm loving learning some of the stories that she's telling us. If you like Women Who Run with Wolves, this is the next one I'd like to introduce you to. If you like folk tales, if you like feminism, if you like creative fiction, inhabiting women, this is one. If you like nature writing, this is your one. I just love every bit about it. It's got quite a lot of Celtic stuff in as well, which obviously Wales is a part of, so that's very exciting as well. And I love, can you see that cover? The woman's face there. We'll put a link to this below as well, and it will be delivered straight to your door if you're in the UK. This is a wild recalling, rallying of womanhood and nature. This is talking about our stories and how we are narrative creatures as human beings. And that if we reclaim those stories and reclaim those stories of wild womanhood, stories of powerful women, stories of Boadicea and stories of Celtic women who rose up and did incredible things, and how we link with nature as women. This book kind of is helping us to redefine that and reshape that. There's a quote in the inside cover that I'll read you that I love. If women remember that once upon a time we sang with the tongues of seals and flew with the wings of swans, that we forged our own paths through the dark forest while creating a community of its many inhabitants, then we will rise rooted like trees. And if we rise up rooted like trees, well then women might indeed save not only ourselves, but the world. We're having a supposed heat wave in Wales at the moment. I say supposed because I adore the hot weather as someone who's lived in much hotter countries than this. This feels very mild to me, and it's really lovely and just really pleasant, but everyone outside is coming in being like, I'm so hot, it's exhausting, it's like 25 degrees out there. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds nice. But it's very cool in here because of all the books, and it feels almost like we have air conditioning. People go downstairs and they're like, what a relief to come in here and kind of have the calmness of books. So that's just another way that we're a little sanctuary in the summer. I'm sorry, we generally don't buy books. We generally only accept donations, or if someone's got a really big collection, then we'll go and like buy a full collection, because we mostly buy through secondhand suppliers or we buy new books. I'm really sorry, it's completely lovely. We're setting up a little new tea section because we have all of this loose leaf organic tea. Like this is lavender, elderflower, all of these different kinds, and I thought it would be really cute to kind of advertise it a bit more, that when you come in the shop you might see it and kind of order a tea. Plus it's genuinely lovely to sit outside in the sunshine and drink tea and read a book, so I thought we'd do a little display with these lovely glass things. Also, I have to say, this blend of chamomile, elderflower, lemon balm is going down really, really well. So, cheers to you. tiny tea break. If you are international and you're completely lovely and you still want to support us, we have a crowdfunding page, and we also have a website where you can't buy the books from us, but you can buy like our merch, like our tote bags and our jumpers. So I just ordered one of those, so hopefully I'll show you when it arrives, which will be really fun, and it's really cute, and they're all made from organic cotton and sustainably, and even the ink we use, and I worked for quite a while to try and find someone who is making them sustainably and ethically. So I want my little business to be building good things in the world. The biggest seagull you ever saw is just outside. Thought we'd go say hi.